Children, we are learning The Merchant of Venice, Act 4, Scene 1. We are in the court, and Shylock is asked to take a pound of flesh from Antonio's bosom, and Portia is giving him permission. When he was about to do so, she is asked him to call the surgeon, and he says that it is not mentioned in the bond for the arrangement of a surgeon. So she says that yes, for what, if you do so, it will be a charity. So he is getting the bond from Portia's hand. Shylock takes the bond from her and he goes through it and he says, Shylock, I cannot find it. It is not in the bond. So he says that I cannot find that for the arrangement of a surgeon is mentioned in the bond. So it is not in the bond. Portia, now she is telling to Antonio, you merchant, have you anything to say? She is asking Antonio whether he has anything to say to anyone. Antonio, but little. I am armed and well prepared. Hardly, but little means hardly anything. I am ready to, I am armed and well prepared. I am ready to face the death. My spirit is ready. And he is talking to Bassanio. Give me your hand, Bassanio. Fare you well. He is telling farewell to Bassanio and he is talking with him a little. Grieve not that I am fallen to this for you. So he is telling Bassanio, do not be grieved or do not be sorrow that I have got this punishment for you. This is because of you. You don't think that. For herein fortune shows herself more kind than is her custom. So I am finding it that the fortune is doing good with me. And fortune is showing herself kinder than what it does, its custom. It is still her use to let the wretched man outlive his wealth. What he says here, it is her habit. So it is still the fortune always play its game with the people who are not good. That means it allows the unfortunate man to live long and to see the ruin of his wealth. What all he has earned on this earth with much difficulties or put all his hard work to earn the wealth on this earth. So such person will not like to see his wealth is ruining. So here fortune plays always with the unfortunate man, like a wicked man, to see his wealth ruining. To view with hollow eye, in what condition? With hollow eye and wrinkled brow on age of poverty. Fortune will take such a wicked person's health to that low, that means with the sunken eyes and a wrinkled forehead, that means very, very old age, of poverty, with poverty from which prolonged suffering. The people who earn their wealth with wickedness will be taken to such a bad condition from which lingering penance. So, with a prolonged suffering, and he will be taken to that. So, fortune is playing the game, right thing more than its customary. So, unfortunate man will live long. Of such misery doth she cut me off. So, such a condition, the fortune is not taking me there. So, commend me to your. So, what he says that I am fortunated. So, I am leaving this earth early, and this fellow is going to. Shylock is saying that he will live along and see his wealth ruining. So he says that, so I am fortunate. Commend me to your honorable wife. So first he said that don't worry about my death because I am fortunate. Second he says, commend me to your honorable wife. He says that convey my love to your honorable wife, that is Portia. Tell her the process of Antonio's end and explain to her, tell the story of mine and tell her how I loved you and how I ended my life, everything, the manner on which I have passed my days with you and I have ended my life. That all you will tell your wife. Say how I loved you, speak me fair in death. And when I die in my day of that prayer, when we speak, when a person dies, after his death, we'll gather and talk about him. So in the meeting, you will talk fair about me. And when the tale is told, bid her be judge. So when you tell my story to her, make her to understand how we both loved each other. Whether Bassanio had not once a love, so that way she should say what a person he had to love him. That means Antonio loved Bassanio very much, that she should judge. Repent but you that you shall lose your friend. You may regret that you are losing your friend. And he repents not. Here he refers himself. So Antonio says that I will not repent for that. He pays your debt. That means the person who pays your debt, that is Antonio, will not repent. You may regret. You may feel bad for losing your friend. But I am not going to regret or repent for this day. And for if the Jew do get but deep enough, I'll pay it instantly with all my heart. When Shaila cut my bosom deep, and I'm happily ready to pay the debt to my friend with all my heart. So here in this last speech of Antonio, he reveals his true friendship with Bassanio. And Bassanio, Antonio, I am married to a wife, which is as dear to me as life itself. Bassanio was not accepting the words of Antonio. He says, Antonio, I'm married to a wife and love her so much. She is so dear to my life. But life itself, my wife, and all the world are not with me esteemed above thy life, but above your life. Nothing is there on the world. Yes, it's true, I love my wife, and there are things on this world to love, but above all on this earth, I love you more. So you are my life, and nothing on this earth value your as equal to your life. Above your life, nothing is there on the world. That's what he wants to say. And what he says, underline this, it's very important. I would lose all. I sacrifice them all here to this devil to deliver you. So I'm ready to give my whole life. I'm ready to lose everything on this earth. And I'm ready to sacrifice myself to this devil to deliver you. So I'm not going to allow you to die. I'm not going to allow this devil to cut a pound of flesh from your body. So Portia is listening all these things. What she says, your wife would give you little thanks for that if she were by. So she says that when you say that you love your friend more than your wife, if she hears that, she will love you less. That means what, she will little thanks for that, she will give you little thanks to you. And if she were by to hear you make the offer, Graciano, I have a wife whom I protest, I love. I would she were in heaven, so she could entreat some power to change this courage Jew. So Graciano also coming forward, following Bassanio's speech. What he says, I have also a wife whom I swear I love her. I wish she already be there in heaven so that she could send some power to change this doggish. Courage means doggish Jew who is holding his bond in his hand and wanting a pound of flesh from Antonio. So immediately Nerissa says, as Portia says, it's well you offer it behind her back. So the same meaning. If your wife is here, she will be little thanked like that. The wish would make else an unicate house. So she said, if she hears your offer, she would make a disturbed home. She will disturb your life. And Shylock telling to himself. Aside means telling to himself. These be the Christian husbands. See what type of Christian husbands they are. Bassanio and Graciano. I have a daughter, and he is thinking of his daughter Jessica, who ran with a Christian. Would any of the stock of Barabbas had been her husband rather than a Christian? He is saying that he is remembering Barabbas, and it's a Christian story. That means it's in the Bible. And when Jesus was crucified on the cross, before he was crucified, Barabbas was released, and he was known for his robbery, and he was a very wicked man. So Barabbas is known for wickedness, and he was a robber. And he says that these Christians are very, very worst people, and my daughter has married a Christian. If she would have married a person like Barabbas, that will be better. That means wicked people. So here Barabbas is referred as a wicked person. Or Barabbas had been her husband rather than a Christian. To Portia he says, with triple time, I pray thee, pursue sentence. We are wasting our time. We are wasting our time talking all these things. And continue, I request you to pass the sentence. So pursue the sentence. So he is telling Portia to continue the judgment. Here we'll stop and we'll continue in the next class.